Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous, a journey across the galaxy. That's just what I'm calling the series. Anyways, we are on our way out to Sagittarius A-Star. We're, I guess, a little more than halfway out there. The bubble's way back over here. And we're continuing to try to make our way over to the big black hole over here, just because I kind of wanted to go out there and bring you guys along for the journey. If you guys like the journey enough, we may go all the way out to Beagle Point out there. So be sure to keep coming back for the episodes. Leave your comments of approval down there. And I would like to start out this episode by giving a massive thank you to a gentleman by the name of Eric. He is my first super chat and apparently my first channel member. I didn't realize that when I left the comment over there, but thank you very much for choosing to join the channel. I'm looking forward to being able to provide you guys with some awesome content that won't be available to just general people. So, I don't know, I'm a little flustered by it because, you know, you want it to happen, but then when it happens, you're like, oh man, I can't believe that actually happened. So thank you very much, Eric. Looking forward to hopefully many years of providing you guys with excellent content. And hopefully it just keeps getting better and better and better. That said, because I do want to provide channel members with exclusive access, he does get early access to my content when it comes out. And then, you know, once we have enough channel membership to support doing a weekly live stream, we will definitely be putting something together for that. Still haven't quite decided how that's going to end up working, because I'm not sure of what kind of exclusive access I can give to people. Do I want to do an exclusive live stream that's just for members, or can I set it up so that the general public can watch the live stream and members are the only ones who can chat, or maybe they get some kind of exclusive highlights for their chats? I don't know. I need to do some research into it, and to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't gotten around to that because we're not really ready to start doing a chat yet, or to start doing a live stream yet. But anyways, yeah, I'm super jazzed right now. It's exciting to, you know, it's the first paycheck for doing any of this stuff. Yeah, it's 10 euros, but that's awesome. 10 euros, man, that's a lot of money for somebody who's been doing this for free for months and months now. So hey, it's very much appreciated, sir. I'm looking forward to continued channel membership. I hope that I'm able to create something that makes your investment into the channel worth it, and certainly looking for feedback, because you know, as much as I want this to be me providing you guys with stuff, I also want you guys to get something out of it. So be sure to don't be afraid to leave requests for things or things like that, and if it's something that's reasonable to do, I definitely want to try to make that happen. Okay, so my process for this is supposed to be, and let's go ahead and let's fix myself since I'm kind of frazzled here. We check the map first to see if we pick up anything on that, because that's the easy way. And then we check and see if there's any water worlds or Earth-like worlds or any stuff like that. And then if there's around 15 planets or less, we go around and start doing our actual scan. I don't generally bother with systems that have more than that, because it takes way too long to... All right, looking for features over there. It takes way too long to scan 30 some odd planets, or 30 some odd bodies here. So we're just looking for biological features to see if we can find somewhere that's cool to land. So maybe we can find some more interesting plant life. If you've been watching the series for any length of time, you know that a few episodes ago, and I actually, oh, we got a biological thing there, but I really don't like stopping for single biology planets. It just doesn't feel like it's worth the time it takes. Let's see, this will take care of all of the asteroid belts, so let's do that. I'm really glad, I've said this before, but I'm really glad that they chose to set it up so that once you get one asteroid belt, you've got all of them. That would be really tedious to have to go through many, many, many asteroid belts to do that. Okay, doesn't look like we're going to have a planet this time, unless this one just happens to have like 2 or 3 on it. Nope, no features. So let's go ahead and move on. So yeah, the repetitious thing is that we hop into here and check the map, check the FSS to see if there are any planets worth scanning just for the scanning purposes, like Earth, the really expensive ones. And then if there's a reasonable number of planets for the full spectrum system scan, we'll stop, we'll look around, take a peek and see if there's any planets with at least, I like to look for at least 2 biological signatures, because it means that it won't just be bacteria. Well, it likely means there won't just be bacteria on the planet. There'll be something that's easily visible from a reasonable altitude and hopefully isn't the same color as the terrain. So that gets pretty hard to look at. I know some people have left comments saying that I'm flying way too fast over the ground. I'm sorry. I'm a very impatient person, and I don't have the... I barely have the patience to sit there and spend like a minute doing the FSS. The combing over the ground looking for signatures on the ground is like... Now, one user, and I'm sorry I can't remember who it was, did say that if you go into night vision mode, it will help highlight some of that stuff. So I will be trying that out, hopefully this episode, if we find a planet to go land on, or a planet to go do some exobiology on. Pop that night mode on and see if it starts to highlight some of those bacteria patches, because if that's the case, that's gonna make finding things a lot easier. But even still, my goal isn't just to max out my exobiology score. I actually want to find cool stuff like those purple palm trees and stuff that we've been finding. As much as they didn't really put too... Oh, hold on. We're supposed to be stopping to check and see if there's any valuable planets. There's too many planets to be popping in there right now to do the FSS for this one, but that's okay. I really want to find cool stuff like those palm trees or the really weird cactuses that we've been finding, things like that, because those are more fun to find. I know the bacteria is still worth money, and you know, it's a place to land, but if all I'm going to get is bacteria, I don't feel like it's worth the time to fly over there, do the scan, do the landing sequence, hunt around for it, and then pop back up. I kind of want more bang for my buck when it comes to landing on some of these planets. So I think I am still going to stick to the, 2 or more biological diversity per planet that we land on. It's always really nice when we get those 4 biological signatures, because then we're able to find some really cool stuff, because it usually means you're going to have some of the more advanced or the more evolved species that look cool. So anyways, starting to come down off of that high of the starting my recording, and then also just being super jazzed that, you know, I know it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say lame or, you know, overstating it to say, but I mean, you know, once you get paid for something, that technically makes you a professional. So I have now finally crossed that line over into the professional YouTube thing. And that's, you know, that's a landmark moment for anybody when they're, you know, trying to do something that's freelance. You know, you go, did I not press the button? I thought I pressed the button. You know, you go to work for people and you make money, but it's a whole different thing when you finally start making some money that's your money. Like you didn't have to go do something for someone else for them to give you that money so you could get paid. You actually made it yourself. That's money that is in my pocket now that I made because somebody valued my product enough to compensate me for it. And there's a certain pride that comes with that. I don't really consider myself like a super entrepreneur or anything like that. I just like playing video games, and I'm just hoping that my enthusiasm for that is evident enough and encourages other people enough that they're interested in supporting the channel. So yeah, very much appreciated. Looking forward to that being the first of many people who choose to support the channel. So if you're on the fence about that, please consider doing so, because it's super exciting for me. But anyways, yeah, we're still going through our process here. This system is small enough that we're going to go ahead and do some quick scanning just to see if we can find any cool biology over here. So there's that. Oh, geological. They got me with the I saw 3 before I really read that it was geological and not biological. This doesn't really help me very much. All right. Not behind the planet, or not behind the sun there. Okay, well there's 3 more. Are they on a different axis? Looks like they're on a different axis. What are you? Oh, there's a... This must be far away. How far away is... Oh, that's not bad. What do we got here? Oh, no biology. All right, well, that turned out to be a big dud. Moving on to the next one. How many jumps do we have left? 185 jumps before we make it to Sagittarius A-star. If we continue to come across systems that have nowhere to land, we're going to get there pretty quick.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
All right, well, I don't know. What do we want to talk about this episode? I have to imagine that in addition to you guys just wanting to hang out and experience space, most of you that actually sit and watch the videos are watching because I just talk about random stuff. That seems to be extremely popular content in general, because I think people just like listening to people talk, like listening to somebody who isn't you. And a lot of times, I think we're getting into a period of time where people are interested in hearing from people who don't necessarily either think the same way that they do. We're all getting kind of tired of just, you know, doing the same thing we've always been doing. It gets boring after a while to hear the same people saying the same things, and you're looking for something different. And you just want to, you know, find somebody who maybe looks at life a little bit differently than you do and provides you a different perspective. I think that's a good way to look at the world. I used to be pretty locked into certain ideologies and things, but I'm finding that the older I get, the more I'm looking for different points of view, the more I'm looking for, you know, flexibility in my life. I'm really past the point where the safety and security and all of these things are the primary drivers of my life. And I think a lot of people are kind of getting there. The world feels like a less secure place than it used to be. And I think a lot of people are starting to embrace that. And maybe that's I think that's probably a good thing. I think it's a good thing to, you know, pull back away from the daily routines of things that we get into and start moving into some new stuff. And hopefully, you know, that's something I can take advantage of as a content creator, because, you know, I've experienced a lot of different things in my life. I have a lot of different perspectives on a lot of different things. You know, I have some pretty traditional viewpoints on certain topics, and some pretty liberal viewpoints on other topics. So I try my best to judge things based off of merit, but, you know, how well can you know things as how well can you truly know anything? All you can do is just think what you think based off of the information available, and we're increasingly living in a time where the information available isn't exactly the best. So I don't know. I do say that this ad-driven world that we live in now is really unfortunate. I said it, and I think I said it in the last episode, or maybe 2 episodes ago. I'm not really quite sure when I said it. And Eric was kind enough to say, "Yeah, man, we understand that you don't want to do that, but that's YouTube." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. And business is business. You gotta kind of do what you gotta do to if you're gonna try to do something professionally." Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be unethical or anything like that. Don't get that idea. But I'm just saying, you know, if ads are what I gotta do to pay the bills, well, fortunately, that's what we'll do. It is what it is. We all have to make the sacrifices that we have to make. Was it just the 3 bodies in the system? I don't remember. Let me get out of this. Pull that out. I was too busy talking again. How many bodies? 4 of 5 bodies, and it's almost certainly not going to be a landable body. So let's just move on to the next one. So yeah, if I'm talking a little bit extra fast today, it's just because I'm amped up about, you know, that the first steps of success for my channel. You know, we hit the 500 subscriber mark. I'm able to offer channel memberships, which is, you know, an avenue of financial investment in the channel for people who enjoy the content. And, you know, somebody decided that he wanted to join up and help out with the channel, and that's super awesome. So it's kind of hard to not be like overly excited about something like that you've been working on for, you know, months and months, and it's finally starting to pay off a little bit. It's super cool. So, and you know what? I have to say that one of my favorite people in the world is Dave Chappelle, and his recent special said something that really resonated with me. He said something to the effect of, you know, those of us who have a dream for something, especially when that dream is basically performing in front of other people, while that dream is definitely our dream, it's also the dream of the people who choose to support you. Because if you're able to grab some success, it's because other people had the dream of you being successful as well. You did something that inspired them to dream you into being a success. And I'm really trying to hold on to that kind of a viewpoint, because if you can hold on to that way of thinking, you get past all of the stupid pride things that cause people to ruin the things that they have because they don't appreciate it. It's much easier to appreciate things when you understand that your success is only possible. Oh, there's a biologic. Your success is only possible because other people chose to invest in you. Whether that's from watching you do something, or actually deciding to financially support you, or just providing you with emotional support and encouragement, or whatever it is that they're doing that is actively helping you move towards the dreams that you have. So, you know, I thought that was a very profound thing to say, especially from someone, you know, who has fought against the odds and understands that he's only where he is because enough people appreciate what he does to, you know, make him successful the way he is. Now, yes, he is extremely talented, and he definitely deserves to be where he is. One biological. He definitely deserves to be where he is because of that talent and the hard work he puts into it. But at the end of the day, he's where he is because enough people chose to support him. So, while I certainly don't expect to ever attain that level of fame or success or anything like that, if I could just attain a level of success that allows me to live, you know, a comfortable minimalist life that I'm trying to get to, preferably in a way that allows me to travel either in my RV or preferably buy a boat and sail around the. I would love to, in addition to my gaming channel, to get a boat and also do a travel sailing channel. That would be amazing. That would be so cool. But, you know, that's a future down the road thing. At the very least, I can hopefully start doing something with my art. I mean, I already have my travel trailer. It's just the travel trailer was sort of a consolation prize kind of thing. Sailing has always been, well, I can't even really say that. Flying is my first passion. I do have a private pilot certificate, but flying is so expensive. I haven't been able to do it. I went to a Part 141 school where I got my private certificate because I was using my GI Bill to get my full pilot certification so I could be a commercial pilot. That was what I was trying to get to. But you know, life gets in the way, and sometimes you have to give up on things because emergencies come up, and they're so important that you just kind of have to change gears and move on to other things. And unfortunately, that's what happened with that. But because flying is so expensive, and I didn't have the GI Bill to pay for all this stuff anymore, I haven't been able to fly since then. So flying is my first passion. I would love to be able to fly around different places, but just like a boat, airplanes are expensive, and they're expensive to operate. And it seems like the world is moving to a place where, especially like governments in general, just really don't want random people flying around anymore. If you follow the Trent Palmer stuff, I've only kind of sort of followed it, but the basic gist of that was he was doing an inspection pass over somebody's property because they had asked him to land there, and you know, like any good bush pilot, he decided he was going to fly over the landing strip before he landed there to make sure it was safe to land. He decided that it wasn't. He pulled up. The neighbors complained because I guess they didn't like the noise, and the FAA basically suspended his license for a while. So yeah, they're trying to punish him for doing the right thing. And the reality is that they're doing a lot of things where they're trying to remove people's ability to just do what they want to do. There's a lot of that going on in the world today, and it kind of sucks. America used to be, or at least we presented the image of land of the free and all of that stuff. It seems like every passing year, people find ways to take away more and more of those freedoms, the ability to do what you want, because either they're afraid of something bad happening, or whatever it is that you're doing is annoying somebody, and nobody wants to be annoyed. That's unfortunate. All right, anything here on the map? So just this one. I don't think, how many bodies? 17? Yeah, I think 17's probably fine. And we're getting pretty long in this episode, so hopefully, I think what we'll do is we'll do a scan real quick, and then hopefully we'll find something that has biology on it, and we can do some scans. Otherwise, we'll just go land. I was about to say, are there any other bodies right around this gas giant? There usually is. Otherwise, we'll just go land on the closest planet that actually has something to land on there. But hopefully we can find some biology here. So yeah, I I tend to ramble on from one topic to another, but it's mostly just because I know we're going to be in here for 20 minutes, and I got to do something other than just the same repetitive thing over and over again. So hopefully my diversity of conversation at least makes the episodes interesting to watch. Hopefully I don't offend too many people, and if you are offended, well, you know, everyone has an opinion, and most of them stink. So just, you don't have to agree with me, just understand that my opinion is different. I don't know, when did we get to a point in the world where other people's opinions were offensive? It's like, you know, you don't have to agree with me, and I don't have to agree with you. That doesn't mean we can't respect each other. As long as you're not trying to force your opinion on me, that's all that matters to me. You're free to think what you want, do what you want. As long as you're not messing with me, I don't care. All right, so it doesn't look like we're gonna find anything there. So let's get to this one here. We'll go ahead and get down onto the planet. And then get ourselves... Oops. I don't know, for some reason I thought I hadn't done that yet. Okay. So, yeah. We'll get over to this planet, we'll get set down, and then, yeah, I have other videos I need to get done today, so be sure to come back for those if you're not exclusively here for the Elite Dangerous content. I do also, I've recently started American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and obviously I have my hunting videos that are going to continue in perpetuity until I don't have anything else I can do for them. Okay, let's get the Super Cruise Assist turned off. Fine, let's get ourselves into a sunset zone here, because I always like logging out on the Terminator there because it makes it so that we get a nice view of the sun, of the star. Okay, we pull up here. This should provide us with plenty of angle to get to the thing there. Start speeding up a little bit. Get ourselves landed, and then be done for the day. So I hope you guys had lots of fun. I'm certainly having a lot of fun putting these videos together for you. You know, it's a performance art, and I'm trying to focus a lot more on the performance and less on the heavy video editing, because, you know, the more performance side of things I do, the more of me you're getting, rather than something that's heavily redacted and pulls out a lot of the stuff that's just not me. So now I will be totally honest with you, a lot of that's just laziness. I don't know if it's laziness. I'm not a lazy person. I just don't like wasting time, and I feel like video editing just wastes a lot of time, especially when I can just pause the video if I need to and then come back when something interesting is happening. And for this video series, I've decided that the whole point of it is for us to hang out together, not necessarily... I mean, if I do a bunch of cuts, you're just going to get a bunch of clips of random things that are disconnected, and you're not going to have any idea where they fit into the journey, and it's going to get repetitive and boring, and, you know, I don't know. A journey needs to be a journey that we take together, and it's kind of hard for you guys to go on the journey with me when I'm just giving you cuts and pastes of, you know, little things that happen here and there along the way. Some people will disagree. Some people don't have the patience to sit for something like this, but to those of you who do, I appreciate you. So be sure to click that like button if you've been having lots of fun, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to more viewers, so we can get as many people along for this journey as we can. The more people who watch, the longer this journey can continue, and the more stuff we can do. Doesn't necessarily have to be just with Elite Dangerous either, or if you want to see other different things. Oh, wait, wrong way. Wrong way. Don't crash, don't crash. Okay. Well, fortunately we have the shield there. I don't know what I was just doing. I clearly wasn't paying attention. Fortunately, I was able to sort of save it. And this is why... Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Ooh, I don't know why it was going down like that. I wasn't pressing in that direction. Ooh, we're really close to the star. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so sorry about that. I need to figure out... Well, I was just on suitable terrain. There we go. All right, we're safely down. I need to not have that happen ever again, because we just about ruined our journey here. But anyways, if you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your video feed. And those of you who are channel supporters, like my friend Eric, well, you will get early access to my videos as soon as they're published. And so be sure to click that join button down at the bottom of the screen so you can check out the list of perks that will be available to you should you choose to support the channel in a more direct fashion. So again, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you had lots of fun. I will see you for the next one, and have a great day, guys.